Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're heading to a really unique corner of Osaka, Ikuno ward.
Hmm.
It's often called the closest city to the world. And that's because, well, something like 1 in 5 residents are foreign nationals.
Yeah, from about 60 different countries. It's pretty amazing.
It really is.
And what's striking, I think, is how this vibrant, multicultural present isn't just some recent thing. It's deeply tied into centuries of history.
Exactly. We're talking ancient legends, industry, big social changes.
Right. All woven together.
So for you, our listener, we're going to unpack some really surprising historical stories that shaped Ikuno.
Yeah, the things that made it what it is today.
And then we'll reveal some hidden gems, places you can actually explore. I think you're in for some aha moments.
Definitely some unexpected discoveries.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. The name Ikuno, where does that even come from? Turns out there are two pretty compelling stories.
And they paint very different pictures.
So what's the first one?
Well, one story connects directly to a major source of wealth for old Japan, the Ikuno silver mine.
Ah, silver.
Yeah, the Tokugawa shogunate, the rulers back then, took direct control of it in 1613. It was critical for their currency, the dingen silver coins.
Wow, so really important.
Hugely important. And imagine the miners, they called them mogura, which means moles,
Moles, what?
because they rarely saw daylight. They were toiling down there in the dark, dangerous tunnels. They even used canaries, to detect deadly gases.
That sounds intense.
It was. And they built this special road, the Silver Carriage Road, just to get the silver to Kobe port quickly. Took about 3 days.
Okay, so that's the silver mine connection, but you said there was another story.
Yes, and this one goes way further back into legend. It credits a wealthy man named Ikuno Choja.
Ikuno Choja.
Right. The story goes, his child was mute, couldn't speak, but then Prince Shōtoku, a really famous figure in Japanese history, miraculously cured the child.
Prince Shōtoku himself. Wow.
Yeah. And the prince apparently had the child return 3 seria. Those are like relics from a past wife.
Okay.
And one of those seria led to the building of Sherasen Shoji Temple. The temple still stands today, actually, and it gave its name to the whole Shiraji area.
So the name Ikuno might come from this legendary figure Ikuno Choja.
That's the legend, yeah. So you have this split ancient legend or, valuable silver. Either way, deep roots.
Deep roots indeed. And speaking of ancient stuff, there's another fascinating bit of history about a bridge that isn't even there anymore.
Right. The Kaitsubashi, also known as Suru no Hashi.
Which means crane bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, why care about a bridge that's gone? Well, this bridge is mentioned in the Nihon Shoki,
That's one of Japan's oldest history books.
one of the very oldest.
Mhm.
And it mentions this bridge way back in 323 AD. That makes it Japan's oldest documented bridge.
323 AD. That's incredible.
It really is. And while, yeah, the bridge itself is long gone, there's a monument near Momodani Station today. It's called Suru no Hashi Ato, the site of the Crane Bridge.
So it's a reminder.
A reminder of this really vital ancient crossing point. It connected important regions like Kawachi and Yamato. Think of the traffic, the
Yeah.
people moving across it centuries ago.
It's amazing how these little pieces point to such a rich past. Okay, let's talk connections again. Ikuno's Koreatown. It's famous now, but its roots go back much, much further than people think, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. It's incredibly deep-rooted. The area we call Ikuno now is originally called Ikaino.
Ikaino.
Yeah. And that name came about because immigrants from Baekje, that's an ancient kingdom on the Korean peninsula, settled there. This was way back during Emperor Nintoku's time.
Emperor Nintoku. So we're talking ancient history again.
Definitely. These settlers were apparently skilled in pig farming, which was valuable then. This area was actually known as Kudaranu, or Baekje County. It's mentioned in the Nihon Shoki and the Kojiki, Japan's oldest texts. So it was an early, significant example of cultural exchange.
Wow. So centuries and centuries of connection. And that thread continues into more modern times?
It does. Modern Korean and Chosun communities started forming around the late Meiji and early Taishe periods. So think early 20th century.
What brought them there then?
Mostly factory work and also a big public works project digging the Hirano River. And then after 1923, quite a few people came from Jeju Island.
Why specifically after 1923?
Well, that was after the Great Kanto earthquake near Tokyo. There was, unfortunately, a lot of anti-Korean sentiment then, which pushed many to seek safer places and work, like in Osaka.
Okay. that makes sense.
And their resilience was really put to the test again during the Osaka air raids in 1945.
World War II.
Yeah, the area was packed with wooden houses. It was just devastated by the bombing. Many Korean residents were among the casualties. It was horrific.
Terrible.
But they rebuilt. And this wasn't just about putting up buildings. It was about culture, about identity. After the war, Korean residents took over many shops along Miyukidori Street. They brought their food, yakiniku, kimchi, cold noodles.
Like all the things Koreatown is famous for now.
Exactly.
Huh.
That's how the vibrant Koreatown we see today was born. It really is a living testament to their struggle, their history, and their cultural strength. You feel it when you walk down that street.
That wartime devastation, you mentioned the bombing. It also left another sort of physical mark on Ikuno, right?
It did, quite literally. There's this long, straight road running north-south, about 3.5 kilometers. It's called the Sokai-doro.
Evacuation road?
Right. It was created during World War II specifically as a fire break. The idea was to have this wide, clear path to stop fires spreading from the incendiary bombs during the air raids.
So they just cleared everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Homes, businesses, they were forcibly demolished. People were evacuated, moved out for the sake of the country. It's a really stark reminder of the sacrifices made during the war, and it's kind of unique urban planning shaped by conflict.
Wow. Okay, before we move to the present day gems, one last historical surprise. Something about a global industry.
Yeah, this one might surprise you. Ikuno, specifically a park called Tajima Village, was once the absolute center of spectacle lens production in Japan.
Spectacle lenses, like for glasses.
Exactly. For about 140 years, this little area was the top producer. At its peak, it made something like 90% of all the lenses in the country.
90%. That's incredible. How did that happen?
It's a story of local ingenuity. A guy named Tajiro Ishida learned the techniques elsewhere in Tampa province and brought the technology back to his village, Tajima. And it just took off.
Is it still a big industry there?
Well, not like it was. Only a few manufacturers are left now. The industry declined. But there's actually a monument at Tajima Shrine calling it the birthplace of lenses. It just shows how local innovation can really have a massive impact.
Okay, so that's a lot of history packed into one ward. What does this all mean for someone visiting Ikuno today? Can you actually, see this history?
Oh, absolutely. You can literally walk through these layers of the past. And the first place you have to experience is Ikuno Koreatown along Miyukidori.
We talked about its history, but what's it like now?
It's just buzzing with energy. It's way more than just a street to buy kimchi or maybe a traditional chimajigori dress. It feels like a living museum of cultural fusion.
You can smell the barbecue.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you hear Korean and chosen languages mixed with the local Osaka dialect. You really feel that history of resilience, that vibrant community spirit in every shop. It has that bustling feel, kind of like Seoul's Namdaemun Market.
Sounds amazing. Okay, what else? You mentioned something quirky.
Oh yeah, for something really unique and kind of weird in a wonderful way, you have to check out the Gengabashi Onsen.
A public bathhouse. What's special about it?
Well, first off, it was built in 1937. It's this cool Western-style building, and it's actually a nationally registered tangible cultural property now.
Okay.
But get this. On the front, it has statues of the Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
On a bathhouse in Osaka.
Yep. And on the roof, it has traditional Japanese shachi, those ornamental fish things. It's this wild mix. The owner even suggested the Liberty statues might be a pun.
A pun.
Apparently, New York, in Japanese, can sound a bit like Nyoku, which means taking a bath.
No way. That's brilliant.
Isn't it? And apparently the second floor used to be a dance hall after the war. People would bathe, they'd go upstairs to dance and drink. It's just full of history and charm.
That sounds like a must-see. Okay, one more. Something looking towards the future.
Right. For a glimpse into Ikuno's future, which is still deeply connected to its diverse past, you should know about Ikuno Multicultural Flat. It's located at Kuno Tark.
Multicultural Flat. What is it?
It's an NPO, a nonprofit, and it's based in a former elementary school building. It really embodies Ikuno's whole vision, that goal of being the no-one global town where everyone can live comfortably.
And the name Flat.
It has a few meanings, apparently, like equality, being on a level playing field. Also suggests it's an easy place to just drop by, flatly. And maybe even humble, like the musical flat symbol, lowering things a bit, making connections easier.
That's thoughtful. What do they do there?
They tackle real community issues, things like language support for foreign kids in school, helping single-parent families. It's where that history of diversity meets modern community building. It shows how Ikuno is really leaning into its identity for the future.
Wow. What an incredible journey through just one part of Osaka. Ikuno Ward really packs a punch.
It really does. From those ancient legends and that surprising silver mine, through the deep, deep roots of its Koreatown, to these unique architectural bits, history feels really alive there.
Yeah, constantly changing and evolving.
Exactly. Ikuno isn't just, an administrative box on a map. It's a living story.
Yeah.
Migration, industry, survival, amazing cultural blending. It's all there.
A microcosm of global coexistence, like you said. 1 in 5 residents foreign-born, 60 nationalities.
It's quite something.
So what's the takeaway for you listening? Well, next time you're in Osaka, maybe think about stepping off the usual tourist trail. Go experience Ikuno.
Yeah, you'll find a neighborhood that truly lives up to its ambition being the closest city to the world. Every street seems to have a story. And maybe, just maybe, as you walk around, soaking it all in, you could ask yourself, how can our own communities learn from Ikuno? How can we embrace the richness that comes from different cultures mixing together?
A really powerful thought to end on. Thanks for that deep dive.
My pleasure. It's a fascinating place.